Welcome back to Better Living. It's Better Retirement Time with Citizen Advisory Group, and today Kevin is here, and we're going to talk about Social Security benefits, which I think is somewhat confusing. People don't know when to do it, how that works. So let's address that first. When do you start taking Social Security benefits?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, I suppose. For a lot of married couples, Social Security will be just that, a million-dollar resource in their retirement. So depending upon when you start your benefits will ultimately determine if you get your full benefit amount or a reduced amount. So we have a chart that kind of shows that. So for individuals that were born in 1954 or before, they have a set of rules that they're playing under. So 66 would represent their full retirement age. But you can actually start your benefits as early as age 62. But by doing so, you will take a reduced amount. Let's
look at that chart that we have, that graphic. So this really shows it. So if I start taking them at age 62, then it's like I'm subtracting 25% of what I could have gotten.
Yeah, so you're going to take a 25% cut to what you would be able to get if you waited till your full retirement age. And I like to just point out that when you take that reduced payment, it is a reduced payment for the rest of your life. So if you live a really long time, if you live past normal life expectancies, you are accepting that reduced payment for a long time. But on the flip side of that, if you do wait till your full retirement age or later, they're actually going to add some interest on top of that. Those are called delayed retirement credits.
So I mean, if you wait till 70, which I'm totally not waiting till 70, just for the record, you could obtain 32% more, which could be a really big deal.
Yeah, so when you, and really going back to the original question, when is the right time to take it? I think the most common thing that we see is that there's an anchoring point of retirement. And the retirement decision is really driving with what the Social Security decision is. And I would say that that's not necessarily the most prudent way to make the Social Security decision. I think that there's a lot more that needs to be considered in the picture. So it is about what is the employment situation? What is the expected retirement date? What are your actual needs going to be in retirement? And what are your resources then to meet those needs, with Social Security being one of those key resources. So it's not just about when you retire that automatically triggers the Social Security benefit. It's about how to coordinate all those pieces together so that you can put yourself in the best position for the long term.
It's a lot of pieces to coordinate too. There can be, and definitely there should be more than just the Social Security piece. You guys help people navigate these waters because they are muddy, and figuring that out and figuring out what resources. So you have these events where you will walk people through how it works.
Yeah, so we have two different types of events, but when it comes to the Social Security side of it, there's roughly 20,000 different rules and regulations when it comes to Social Security.
Oh my gosh.
So we hold some events to help educate the community and help people get informed about what their options are, because there's actually some really surprising things that people find when they start to gather that information. So we do hold a couple of events a month when it comes to strictly Social Security information. So we have a couple of those coming up in February. We have those coming up. I believe we have one on February 17th and then another one on February 19th.
Do people need to make reservations to come to these events?
Yeah, so it does require an RSVP. Those events do fill up quickly because people are looking for this information. So I would encourage you, if you have some interest in that, you can go to our website at citizenadvisory.com. You'll see a complete listing of all the events that we have. And I would encourage you to RSVP early because they do fill up quick.
Well, that makes sense. You can learn so much at these. I guess I'm thinking about, what if I can't get to that event, or what if I still have questions? I guess, you know, an hour-and-a-half event would be great to get me started, but I'm probably still going to have questions. I can come and work with you guys then.
Correct.
And you guys have some other resources that will help me.
Yes. So a couple things. First of all, it does require some computer software to help run some of the different analysis. And you had mentioned that in your own individual case that you won't be waiting till 70.
Yes, I will not.
And you very likely may not. But one thing that I think is a big misconception is that by waiting till 70, that doesn't mean that there's not necessarily some other benefit types that might be available to you before age 70. So that's one of the most enlightening things I think about the presentation that we give, is that you might be able to wait till 70 for yourself and take advantage of those 32%, those 8% credits that you get, while still collecting a different type of benefit in the meantime. So there are different types of benefits, and so we have this guide that we have available, and it talks about 5 critical steps in making a good Social Security decision. And that's one of the things that it talks about. It talks about that there's more than one type of Social Security benefit. There's the retirement benefit, which is what most people are familiar with.
Right.
But then there's also spousal benefits and survivor benefits. Understanding those 3 different types of benefits and how to coordinate them together is really the key.
And to get this guide to help me navigate that a little more, I can just go to this website, to your website, and the link's up there.
So you can go directly to our website at citizenadvisory.com, but we do have a link that's specifically for this free report here. It's socialsecurityguide.citizenadvisory.com. That'll take you right to a link to register for one of these free guides that we've put together.
And then, of course, if I have any questions about retirement and I want to talk about working on my retirement as a whole, that's something that you guys do every day at Citizen Advisory Group. You're the experts, and you can help me walk through that.
Absolutely, and it's really, Social Security is one of the pieces, but the retirement portfolio,
Yes.
the health insurance, trying to take a look at that, all those different factors and putting them together into a comprehensive plan. That's the type of services that we provide at Citizen Advisory Group.
So if you want to know more about Citizen Advisory Group, all you have to do is a couple things. You can catch them every Friday here on Better Living, so we can talk better retirement. You also can go to their website, or you can give them a call and begin that process of enjoying the rest of your life. It's what we all strive for, is retirement. That's exactly right. Thanks, Kevin. We'll be right back on Better Living.